Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Talent cum scholarship exam will be held on 14/4/2020 and 19/4/2020.
Kurinji Educational Institutions, CBSE and State Board, Namakkal.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Hi students, good afternoon to everyone. This video regarding excretory system of Periplaneta americana. We are learning about type study of cockroach. In the type study of cockroach, morphology, then external morphology and then introduction, later digestive system, circulatory system, last video regarding respiratory system we completed. In this session, I would like to explain about excretory system of Periplaneta americana. Let me start today's video session. See on the screen the session regarding to excretory system of Periplaneta. See, excretion, the definition of excretion, elimination of waste material. Okay, now question, what type of waste material? Why I asked this question mean previously in the human physiology, excretion and their waste material and their elimination, that topic we seen. On the time you heard the excretion one word. At the same simultaneously in the 10th standard also you heard it excretion. So what activity especially we call as a excretion? From our body onwards, lot of waste material will be removing. All the waste material removing or sent out from the body, that activity we should not call as a excretion. Okay, especially the nitrogenous waste materials sent out from the body, that activity, that physiological activity, that we call as a excretion. Along with that one, other elimination, other waste materials elimination also. Here some of the students are oftenly is there confusion about defecation and excretion. Defecation means undigested food particles are sent out by the anal pore, from the anal pore in the form of the fecal matter, that is a defecation. Okay, so here somewhat of little differ, that solid materials, but excretory system time it will tell us about liquid. Now you got the concept. So sweating also one of the excretion. Sweating time water molecules will be released. Along with water molecule something salt also will be come out. Okay. So any waste material excreted by or eliminated by in the form of the liquid quantity, liquid item manner, that activity, that a function of the metabolic process we call the excretionary part. So excretory system of the Periplaneta we want to discussing now. Here eliminating of the nitrogenous waste from the body, that only up to now this I said already previously in the physiology of human being time also we discussed. Okay, and then next here one question, sir, what type of nitrogenous waste material is excreted by the Periplaneta? So, why I arised this question means previously in the excretory production, their elimination chapter in human physiology, 3 type of nitrogenous waste materials are there. One is ammonia, second one is urea, third one uric acid. Correct only na? These are the 3. Why these different nitrogenous waste materials are there? The answer is you are all are very well known. basing on in the which place they are surviving, or which place they are lead their life. Based on that, they are eliminating nitrogenous waste material in the different manner, whether it is aquatic media, or else it is a terrestrial media, or else it is a aerobial. Examples time ammonia, best examples are aquatic animals. Sorry, no. Aquatic animals, ammonia, urea. Urea wise, ammonia wise, aquatic animals, not all aquatic. And then urea wise, terrestrial animals. Uric acid wise, aerobial. Birds or reptiles and belongs to this uric acid. Correct only na? So here on that human physiology explanation time, I said uric acid is one of the nitrogenous waste material. That too, it requires very less water. When they are excretory of nitrogenous waste material time, they need water support. So uric acid requires very less water. So which organisms can able to tolerate, then which place they are surviving, and water resistance problem, such facing animals are excreting their nitrogenous waste material in the form of the uric acid. Now cockroach is the one of the water resistant animal. It is surviving some of the corner places. Water is not available. It does not drink water oftenly. So for preventing of the water loss from the body, their nitrogenous waste material they are excreting in the form of the uric acid. That only in the second line. Nitrogenous waste material of the cockroach belongs to uric acid. So Periplaneta americana we call it a uricotelic animal, because of which organisms are excreting the nitrogenous waste material in the form of the uric acid. Those organisms we consider as a uricotelic animal. The making of the uric acid in their body, that is called uricotelism. So similar words I will tell Nana: ammonotelic, ammonia and ammonotelism. That means ammonotelic means which organisms are eliminate the nitrogenous waste material in the form of the ammonia. Those organisms are ammonotelic animals. That mechanism we call the process we call the ammonotelism. Okay, and then ureotelism. That means urea excretion, excretory organs, ureotelic organisms. Then process ureotelism and uricotelism. Now you got the concept. Then I am going the fourth point. The structure associated with the excretory function in the body of Periplaneta americana, they are having some of the structures, especially their function role in the excretion. Which of the parts are involving in the excretion? One is the Malpighian tubules, second one fat body, and then uricose gland, and then nephrocytes cuticle. See, general I will explain one by one. See here, Malpighian tubules. In the digestive system explanation time, I drawn the Malpighian tubules structures. Okay, part. It is present in the midgut and hindgut. Midgut and hindgut between places. So Malpighian tubules, and after that fat bodies in their body totally filled with some of the fat bodies. That fat bodies are stored the fat along with that nitrogenous waste material also. And then uricose gland. Here if you need to understand the uricose gland up to weight reproductive system of the cockroach. Up to that you should be remember uricose gland. In the reproductive system of male reproductive system time, we can see in the uricose glands in the reproductive system. Then nephrocytes. The word nephrocyte, it will give the clarity nephrons. Cyte means cells, they are playing important role acting as a nephrons. Based on that, We kept the name as a nephrocytes and along with that cuticle. Sir, Malphizian tubules, we heard it is excretory organs. How these and all fat bodies and then uricose gland and nephrocytes and cuticle, how they are playing important role in the excretion in the cockroach. In this video session, in the conclusion time, I will explain about that. Let me start the major organ in the excretory function in the Periplaneta americana, that is a Malphizian tubules. These Malphizian tubules are present at place in between the midgut and hindgut. Midgut we called as a stomodium, and then hindgut we called as a practodium. The scientific terminology words you should be remember. Midgut and hindgut between. Midgut, two parts are there. One is a proximal part, secretory part, second part absorbed part. That absorbed part open into the hindgut, that in the first part of the ileum. Correct only now. So we can say like this, midgut and hindgut between are secretory absorbed part of the midgut and then ileum part of the hindgut between place. Malphizian tubules are there. If you are dissect the cockroach, we can easily find out the Malphizian tubules in the color of yellow. In the color of yellow. So easy, by naked eye we can find the Malphizian tubules in the cockroach anatomy. So these Malphizian tubules are unbranched. It does not have any branches. In the color yellow color tubes, and they are freely moving in the hemolymph. Okay, one end attaching to the gut, another end freely moving. How the threads, and if you see in the Wallisneria plants in the water, how they are root attaching in the soil and remaining body part is floating in the freely moving in the water flow. Correct na? Like that, these Malphizian tubules are freely floating in the hemolymph. Hemolymph means the blood of the cockroach kada, because of it is a colorless due to the absence of the pigment. So respiratory time and circulatory system time we discussed about that one. Then so these in the hemolymph, these and all floating. Okay, floating means they are stick on from one end, remaining part free and will be moving. Then how many Malphizian tubules are there? They are the 100 to 150 Malphizian tubules are arranged in this place, in the midgut and hindgut place. These 100 to 150 Malphizian tubules are make a bundles 6 to 8 bundles. Okay, each bundle having 15 to 25, not exactly Nanna, maybe the 15 to 25 tubules to make a one bundle, one bunch of Malphizian tubule. Okay, that Malphizian tubule structure and anatomy, this like this Nanna. See Nanna, this is a midgut, this is the hindgut, this is midgut, this is the hindgut. If you say these feather like structures are all we can consider as a Malphizian tubule. In that Malphizian tubule, one Malphizian tubule structure I drawn like this for understanding. These Malphizian tubule covered with inside covered with one of the lining membrane, that is a glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium. What is the significance of these glandular epithelium, Nanna? Glandular epithelium to secrete the something fluids. Correct na? In the structural anatomy of animals chapter, I said epitheliums are different type of epitheliums are there. Columnar epithelium and cuboidal epithelium. Along with that, one of the topic glandular epithelium. The gland word itself, it tells about secretion of something fluids. So in the inside of the Malphizian tubules, a lining layer, that lining layer made up of glandular epithelium. The significance of glandular epithelium, in the inside, in the Malphizian tubules, it want to necessary to secrete something. What they are secreting, we will see. Now the total Malphizian tubule, basing on their functional activity, they are separated into the two parts. One is a proximal part, another one is a distinct part. One is a proximal part, another one is a distinct part. these proximal part we call the absorbed part. Now you have one doubt, sir, which part we can able to consider into the proximal? That is your doubt. So which of the Malpighian tubule part is very nearest to the gut, those part we call the proximal. In the nephrons also, proximal convoluted tube and distinct convoluted tube we studied. Why we kept the convoluted tube, one part is the proximal, another one part is the distinct mean. Which is the convoluted tube part belongs to very nearest to the Bowman's capsule, that is a proximal. Like that, here this part proximal, because of this part is very nearest to the gut. Or else we can say like which of the Malpighian tubule part opening into the gut, such a part we call as a absorptive. And then along with that, why we kept the name as absorptive? This part is absorbing the something nutrients or necessary things in the Malpighian tubules onwards. Then come to the second point, secretory part. What is this secretory part? Secretory part to secrete the necessary things into the Malpighian tubules. Because of the Malpighian tubules always in the movable or freely floating in the place of midgut and hindgut. So basing on the mesohyl concentration, these fluid concentration instead of the Malpighian tubules concentration also should be maintained proper concentration. So for maintenance of that, these two parts are play an important role. First of all, I will tell about absorptive part. These absorptive part absorb the water, that only water resistance, water conservation method. Water, absorbed water, and along with water some of the salt particles, and then carbon dioxide and nitrogenous waste material. Sir, these nitrogenous waste material, how it will secrete? Some of the elements they are absorbing hemolymph, then these cells will be convert that elements into the nitrogenous waste. Okay, nitrogenous waste materials are secreting. This only real waste material called nitrogenous waste material. So that is a nitrogenous waste material secreting in the Malpighian tubules. And when you coming to the secretory part, these secretory part, water molecule it will secrete and carbon dioxide and potassium urate. Okay, the uric acid converted to the potassium urate with combining with potassium. So these are the important structure. Then one more time I will be explaining the structural of a Malpighian tubule. Malpighian tubules are present in between of midgut and hindgut. Midgut also called as a proctodium, hindgut also called as a midgut also called as a mesenteron, and hindgut also called as a proctodium. In these between 100 to 150 Malpighian tubules are arranged in the bundle form. Okay, then one of the Malpighian tubule structure I mentioned here, these place the Malpighian tubule into the partition into the two different parts basing on their function, and then basing on which part is very nearest to the gut place. Proximal part, and then that proximal part we call as the absorptive part, and distinct part that we call the secretory part. Proximal part absorbing the something water, salt and carbon dioxide, and then nitrogenous waste, and then secretory part H2O and CO2 and potassium urate. The thing is in the hemolymph nitrogenous waste material is there. From that onwards nitrogenous waste material will be enter this lumen of Malpighian tubule. Then this is a midgut, hindgut. Then come to the second column. What is how it will excrete the nitrogenous waste material? See, when these all these Malpighian tubules are freely moving in the hemolymph. The secretory part secreting water and carbon dioxide, potassium urate, and outer side it having nitrogenous waste material that will be produced by the several metabolic activities. That outer side nitrogenous waste material, they are absorbed into the lumen of the Malpighian tubule with the help of the absorptive part. Then slowly these tube will be contracted. Malpighian tubule will be contracted. That contracted tube will be show the urine or uric acid movement into the gut. So the theoretical explanation here. See, by contraction of the tubules, urine is passed into the lumen of ileum. I mentioned only ileum part because of the second part, hind gut first part ileum only na. So when that Malpighian tubules are filled with uric acid, that uric acid filled Malpighian tubules are the contraction of the tubule, Malpighian tubule, urine. That urine means don't think urea. Urine in the form of the uric acid, they are pushed into the ileum. Already I said ileum is the first part of the hind gut. So when it is reached that ileum, then it will start to preservation of water, conservation of water, that is must be necessary. So when the uric acid reach the ileum, the more water reabsorbed into the from it when it's moved into the rectum. So last part rectum. See, in the digestive system time, ileum, colon, rectum I mentioned, correct na? First part ileum, second part colon, coiled part, and then last part rectum. So before reaching the rectum, from the from the these urea onwards, essential water, everything will be reabsorbed in the colon place and then ileum place, especially in the ileum place. Okay, the most solid uric acid is excreted along with the fecal matter. This is an important statement, Nana. Here some of the primitive organisms, excretion and defecation is done by the same hole, same pore. For us, some of the advanced organism, urine excretion wise, you have urinogenital pore, urethra, and then undigested food material excretion wise, anal pore separately it is there. Two openings by the two different solid waste material and liquid waste material. Okay, waste material released by the two different holes. But these lower organisms, they doesn't have two different holes, but a common hole for both defecation and then excretion. That time what they will do means uric acid also mixing with fecal matter in the semi-solid condition, they are releasing the pellets in the corners of house, something oil bottles places, we can find the pellets, fecal matter, and along with fecal matter these nitrogenous waste material, uric acid also removing. So why they are releasing the pellet in form, why can't in liquid in form? If you observe that fecal matter of the birds also something semi-solid, why can't it is liquid? Because of they are also one of the common whole cloaca that will be useful for both the undigested food and excretory material releasing wise. So that's why here which of the organisms are surviving their life in the some of the water without water resources, those organisms should be express conservation of water in what they at. So for that one, water reabsorption is very efficiently, and they are releasing the uric acid or nitrogenous waste material in the form of the uric acid. So that is the reason, one of the thing, ammonia excretion wise they need more water, and urea excretion wise something more water. That means comparing with the ammonia, urea something less, and then uric acid very less. Okay, so comparatively you should be understand. Along with the Malphizian tubules, other structural parts also play important in the excretion. Simply I will tell, it is not yet given in our book, but it will be useful for something competitive, not at full details, just for understanding. Some of the fat bodies also play an important role in the excretion. That fat bodies are having the urate cells. These urate cells are absorbing or receiving the uric acid. It doesn't receive, it doesn't release. Okay, lifelong these urate cells will be stores or reservoir of nitrogenous waste material up to death. Okay, situationally these urate cells or fat bodies are play an important role in the excretion. Along with that, uricose gland. These uricose gland time I already said, in the male reproductive system time I will tell. In the male reproductive system, one of the part is there, that is a utricular major. One mushroom gland is there. In the mushroom gland, one of the part utricular major, that utricular major also play an important role in the urine excretion, uric acid excretion. And the last one, cuticle. How cuticle play an important role? In our body, we are releasing the waste material in the form of the sweat. Correct only na? So as like these cuticle play an important role. How it is play an important? If you observe that body of the cockroach, when they are born, when they are developed onwards up to the lifespan completion, they want to change their body size. So the outer side sclerates are there na? Outer side sclerates. Okay, total body is covered by the plate-like structures. That plate-like structures every time, that means situationally, when the body size increases, old sclerates will be removed out. How the snake releasing their skin in the situationally, like that these cockroaches also removing their outer side cuticle by the process of the molting. So when their molting process is happening, some of the nitrogenous waste attaching with these cuticle, it is removed out from the body. This is about excretory system of Periplaneta. So Periplaneta americana, excretory system wise, Malphizian tubules and fat bodies and uricose gland, cuticles play an important role, especially Malphizian tubules. In the next, I would like to explain about nervous system of Periplaneta americana. Up to that, wait. Thank you.